Hey guys, what's up? It's Kay Marie here. I am the brand manager of Natural Girls Rock. I am also a business marketing and systems coach, and I am bringing you this class. This is how to start, how to make, how to create a money making side hustle. I have been wanting to teach this class for a very long time because business is like my forte. I am the brand manager of Natural Girls Rock, but that came via being a business coach and a service provider previously. So I'm super excited to be able to bring you guys this class, especially with everything that's going on, like with the pandemic and people being laid off and like us not knowing like really what's happening with the country and the issuing of like more stimulus checks is kind of scary. So it's very, very important even prior to this, but now it's even so much more important for you to have some type of a side hustle so that in the event of an emergency, you are able to still make ends meet and still live the life that you want to live. Even if you weren't laid off, I would even still say like having a side hustle just makes it so much easier to really live the life you want. You can buy whatever you want. You can take your family on as many vacations as you want. If you have kids in college, you know that costs money. Car repairs, like you never know what's going to happen, and you want to be able to live comfortably to the point where you are ready in the event of an emergency or ready in the event of anything that you want to buy, you can go ahead and buy it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I do have a little bit of a slideshow to share with you because I wanted to show you some actual numbers. I'm a really big numbers person. Okay. I love data. I love talking about how to break down the income that you want, what specifically you need to do to make that happen. All of those really, really like in detail, in depth type things, I love talking about because it makes it so much more realistic for you as a student to be able to see how you can make $10,000 a month or how you can make $20,000 from one product or $50,000 from one product. So, let's go ahead and jump into this. How to start a money making side hustle. So, before we even get started, I know I'm going to get this question. So, I'm going to go ahead and answer it. What even qualifies me to teach this? Like, you're probably like, girl, you too young to have lived any type of life at all. Like, you don't know how to make that much money. Y'all, I'm 28 years old. I became a business owner when I was 22 years old, right? So I was side hustling as a social media manager when I went to college. So I was 17 then, but I officially became a business owner when I was 22 because that's when I like named my business and I would tell people I have a business. And then I went full time when I was 23. So I've been a full time entrepreneur for almost 5 years now, and all of my living expenses, everything gets paid for from entrepreneurship. So I have an apartment. I just had a baby, so I don't have a house, but and I was single, but I have an apartment in one of the most expensive cities in the state of Georgia. It's like on the outside skirts of Atlanta. I have a car. I pay all my own bills. My child goes to daycare. That's $1,400 a month. So I'm not saying it like I'm driving a Lamborghini. I'm living in a six bedroom house. Blah blah blah. I don't need all that, right? But I'm living comfortably. My expenses are not low. That's why I said that daycare bill is about $1,400. So my expenses are not low for someone my age, but I make a decent amount of money to where I can live comfortably in a safe area and I don't ever have to worry about how anything's going to get paid. Like it's Gucci, right? So I've been able to do all of this from running my business. I started off as a service provider. So I was a social media manager. I provided a service. And then I moved into becoming a virtual assistant. And I worked with a lot of business coaches. And then I finally moved into coaching myself. So I went through this entire progression from the age of 17 to now the age of 28, where before I even turned 30, I've owned a business for 10 years. And I've been able to make enough income to sustain my lifestyle, to sustain the addition of a new family member, my child. And I have worked one on one with over 1,000 clients. I have worked one on one. So, this right here is a class, right? One on one, like on the phone. Let's talk about your specific business and strategize what you need to do to start generating income right now. I've done that with 1,000 people, more than 1,000 now. I stopped counting after 1,000. I felt that was good enough for me. So I've worked one on one with over 1,000 entrepreneurs. So the level of experience that I have after working 10 years in all different facets, right? I started from the bottom. I did this over here, this over here, this over here, this over there. I was still working a job for most of that 10 years. Half of that 10 years, I was still working a job. So being able to have all of those experiences, then adding on top the 1,000 people that I've worked with, and the classes, I can't even tell you how many classes I've taught on just social media in general, how to use it to make money, how to set up your website, how to build your website, how to start with little to no funds. I've taught so many classes. I think there's like maybe on the back end of my YouTube, there's probably about 150 to 200 classes. They're not all visible. They're not all visible. Some of them are private because, well, most of them are private because I sell those classes. But in between to about 150 to 200 classes that I actually have that are recorded, that are available to watch. I've probably taught anywhere in between 300 to 400 classes on business and making money as a business, starting with little to no money and no inventory. I've probably taught about three to 400 of those classes because I was teaching before Instagram Live was able to be saved. Like, you weren't even able to save Instagram Live. I was teaching before Instagram Live. When I started this, the year I started as a social media manager was the year after Instagram was started. So that was in 2010. Instagram started, I believe, in 2009 or 2008. So all of these systems that people are using to make thousands and thousands of dollars that you see on social media, I've been using these systems for the past decade, literally. So what qualifies me to teach this? All of that stuff, all of that stuff. And I felt the need to put that into this class because there are a lot of people out on the internet right now that are saying they're business coaches and saying they're virtual assistants and saying they're making a bunch of passive income and a bunch of digital products. And that is cool and all, but where is the proof? Where's the proof, y'all? Okay, where's the proof? So my proof is my experience. Thank you. Shout out to all of my clients that trusted me with their businesses. And so I am blessed to be able to teach this to you guys right now. Okay. All right. So what is an infopreneur? Remember, if you are watching this video right now, you most likely responded to the post that I put on social media that said you can start a business with no inventory, a money-making side hustle with no inventory, no prior experience needed, no age requirement, none of that. You could start from the beginning. It's called infopreneurship. Infopreneurship. An infopreneur is a type of entrepreneur. They sell information they compile from their own expertise and other sources. So, infopreneurs are people that have knowledge and information that is worth money to someone else. There's $1 million in your brain. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that because I've seen people this year in the middle of a pandemic make $1 million off of the information that they had up here all along. So you need to be asking yourself at this point, what am I so good at that I could teach someone else right now? Right now, think about that. What am I so good at that I could teach someone else right now? Without hesitation. We all have something, right? Whether it's I bake a good pound cake, or I'm really good at interior decorating people's homes. I'm really good at couponing, or I'm really good at saving money on my groceries. I'm really good at putting my baby to sleep, right? Sleep training. I'm really good at fixing cars. I'm really good at studying, whatever it may be. If you went to college, whatever your major is, if you're really good at that, it's going to be that. Okay. But you just need to know, what am I so good at that I could teach someone else right now? And you may pause this video and you may end up with a list of 20 things, and that's okay. You're just going to need to narrow it down eventually and start with one thing. Okay? Because it's not good. What's not good in business is to try to sell too much information, too many different things. You know what I'm saying? If you're okay, let's say you're good at baking a cake and you can fix cars and you know how to make a really good daiquiri, you're an awesome bartender, and you are great at interior decorating, right? You don't want to sell all of those things because then it's confusing, because then people are like, well, you're doing a whole lot. And confused people do not buy. So you want to pick one thing that you're good at that you could teach someone else right now. Whatever is the easiest thing on that list, you want to start with that. Now ask yourself, who is that someone else, right? What type of person needs to learn what I know and is willing to pay for it? Who is that person? Someone that needs to learn that skill or information that you know that they need it so bad they're willing to pay for it. Who is that person, right? So for me, let's go back. As an example, what am I so good at that I could teach someone else right now? I could teach people how to start a business with little to no money. I would say less than $100. I can teach someone how to start a six-figure business with less than $100 that's going to grow to six figures in the next 365 days, in the next year. I could teach anybody that, hands down, eyes closed. I can do that, right? Who is the someone else? Who is that someone else? What type of person needs to learn what I know and is willing to pay for it? I would say the person that probably needs that the most is someone that already wants to start a business or already wants to start a side hustle. It's someone that has $100, right? Because I said $100 or less. It's someone that has $100 that they can use right now to start their business, and they're willing to do the work. Someone that's highly motivated, someone that is tired of living paycheck to paycheck, someone who is just so fed up that they're like, you know what? I'm going to start this business. I'm going to invest my $100 and I am going to, or my less than $100, whatever it is, and I'm willing to do the work. If that means I have to stay up all night, I'm willing to do that. That is my person, right? That's my person. So you have to think about, what is that information that you know that you could teach someone right now? And who is that someone else? What type of person needs that information that you know and is willing to pay for it? So let's talk numbers. Let's talk numbers. If a baker sells a virtual class, so let's say you're really good at making soul food, like your mac and cheese, your turkey, your cranberry sauce from scratch, your whatever is so good, right? A baker can sell a virtual class on how to bake a flawless, tasty pound cake over and over again for $25. So you go to your kitchen, my kitchen is this way. So you go to your kitchen and you go in there, you prop your phone up. Either you have a ring light, maybe you don't have a ring light, but the lighting is good in your kitchen. You prop your phone up and you say, hey guys, today we're going to bake a pound cake. You start recording your video. Here's my ingredients. This is my secret for making the pound cake really dense but not dry. And then I put it in the oven for this amount of time. I let it rest for this amount of time. Here's my secrets on how to separate the cake from the bundt pan without, destroying the form of the bundt. All those good secrets and things like that with the grocery list. You sell that recorded class for $25. Let's say this baker has 100 followers on social media, right? She has 100 followers on social media. 20 people say, you know what? I'm going to purchase her pound cake class for $25. She makes $500 for one class, that pound cake class, that took her 1 hour to record, or however long it took her to bake her pound cake, and 1 hour to add for sale on her website or selling platform. 2 hours of work, $500. You just made $250 an hour from doing something that you already know how to do, because there are people out there who will pay you for your knowledge. And you may be on here and you may be thinking, well, they could just look up how to make a pound cake. Or they can just get on YouTube. They can just ask a family member how to make a pound cake. They can, but guess what? Some people are going to want to make a pound cake from you because they like you and your pound cake looks good. Okay. Maybe they don't want to do the research that it takes to find a good recipe. People don't buy things from people they don't like. So if they like you, they're going to buy from you. That's the importance of social media. When you see people who own a business and they're on social media every single day talking about what they do, that's why. Because the more you talk about your skills, the more you talk about the benefits of what you offer or what you're selling, the more you share with people how good your pound cake is and how anybody who buys your class can get access to all of your pound cake secrets. That shit right there makes the pound cake sound good. It makes the pound cake sound good, right? So, as much as you show up on social media and talk about your pound cake and share with people your love for cooking, your love for baking, where you get your pans from, what brand of flour you like the most, or what brand of eggs you like the most, or why you use brown eggs versus white eggs, or large eggs versus medium sized eggs. The more you talk about those things, the more people will want to buy the pound cake class from you. And they won't mind spending $25 because they know that you know what you're talking about and that your pound cake is good. If they just went and searched on Google or searched on YouTube, they're taking a chance. They don't know those people. So they're taking a chance on whether that recipe is going to be good or not. I've done that before. I cooked all this holiday season and I cooked a bunch of new stuff because I wanted new things to eat. And I discovered all these recipes and they were from people that I had never heard of and they were all free, right? Some of them were good, some of them were bad. And I wish I would have just had someone that I could have just bought the recipes from or bought the video class from, because I know if I was watching that person all year or if I had been watching that person for a week on social media and watching that person cook, I would have been like, oh, yeah, I know this recipe is going to be good. I know this recipe is going to be good. That could be you. That could be you. So let's go to the next example. I got one more example. A secretary, right? A secretary who is great at organizing, time management, and money saving on household expenses such as grocery shopping, bargain shopping, etc. That could be you. She records a class on her money saving techniques and how she finds deals. Then she records a second class on how to organize her home. So maybe she's going through and saying, these are the organizing containers I use. This is how I organize my pantry. This is how I organize my closet. This is how I keep my kids' rooms organized and help them learn how to organize their rooms. And then she records another class on how to manage your time effectively because she's really good at time management. So she's sharing with you her calendar, how she schedules things out, how she decides what to say yes to and what to say no to. She records each of those classes, right? It takes her an hour to record each of those classes. Then she puts on her website or her selling platform. Each class is for $49. It's an hour-long class. Someone that wants to know how they can find deals and how they can find bargains is going to pay $49 so that they can save thousands of dollars throughout the year. Someone that wants to know how to organize their home themselves because they can't just pay someone else to come do it, they're going to pay $49 for someone to tell them, go buy this, label it this specific way, and arrange it like this inside of your pantry or inside of your closet. They're going to pay $49 for that knowledge because it's going to help them relax when they get home. They're not going to feel like their house is all crazy because it's not organized and they can't find anything. Someone who needs help managing their time, someone who has a crazy schedule, they're always double booking themselves. It just seems like they can never get it right. They're a people pleaser. They're having a hard time saying no to certain activities because they think they have time in their schedule, but they really don't, but they don't know because they're not good at time management. That person is going to pay $49 to have the knowledge they need to be able to make a clean, stress-free schedule with tips on how to tell people, no, I cannot help you this week because I do not have any time. My schedule is booked. They're going to pay $49 for that. And again, could they look it up? They could, but why? It would take them so much more time that they do not have to look it up rather than just, oh yeah, I saw such and such was on social media selling this time management class for $50. I'm going to spend my $50 on that because I really need to work on that time management this year. Or I'm going to spend my $50 on how to organize that home and I'm going to make my kids watch it because they need to be cleaning up, but someone else needs to teach them because I don't have the patience to teach them how to organize right now. I'm going to go ahead and buy that class on how to save money in my household and how to find deals so that all year I can put more money into savings so we can have a better family vacation. That's worth $49 to somebody. Okay. So let's say if you're that person, right? If you're that secretary who's great at organizing, time management, and money saving on household expenses, let's say you have 300 followers on social media. I did all these examples with a low amount of followers because more followers doesn't always equal more money. 10 people buy the class on deal hunting, 10 people buy the class on time management, and 15 people buy the class on home organization. That is 10, 20, 35 people bought her classes. She makes $1,750 for 3 classes that took her 3 hours to record and 1 hour to add to her website. So that's 4 hours worth of work. So 1,750 divided by 4, that's $437.50 an hour. This is infopreneurship. It's as simple as you saying, what am I going to call my business? I'm going to call it Secretary with the Money. All right. That's my new Instagram page. My Instagram page is called Secretary with the Money. I got a Facebook business page. It's called Secretary with the Money. And I'm going to take some time this weekend to record my 3 classes. I'm going to set up my website or selling platform. I'm going to add those classes to my website so people can buy them, hook up my bank account, and then I'm going to go on social media and tell people I'm really good at this, this, and this. And I have a class that you can purchase on how to do it the way that I do it. Let me show you guys that I know what I'm talking about. This is how I know what I'm talking about. Let me show you how organized my house is. You want an organized house? You can buy my organized house class. Let me show you how neat my schedule is. I can show you how to do that. Let me show you how much money I saved last month on groceries. Here's my receipts. I have a class on this that you guys can buy for $49. There's the money right there, $1,700. It's simple, but it takes a mindset shift. It takes a mindset shift because you have to be open to showing up on social media. Are you going to be shy and miss out on $1,700 in 4 hours? Are you going to be shy and miss out on $437.50 an hour? Is it worth your shyness? Or are you going to say, you know what? I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to start doing live videos. I'm going to start recording videos because I really believe that I have good, valuable information and somebody's going to pay for it. And you have to value your knowledge. You have to value your knowledge. That's probably the most common thing I see is people say, nobody wants to learn that from me. Yes, they do. Especially if it's a skill that you're already doing or a skill that you're using at work or something that people compliment you for. People have been telling you you're super organized your entire life. People have been telling you you're a really good baker. People have been telling you, wow, your home is so organized, or wow, I love your living room. Where'd you get this, this, and this from? How'd you put this together? People have been telling you your entire life that you're good at these things. It's time for you to start making money off of the knowledge that is in your brain. It's time. So you have to open your mind and realize that there's a lot of money out here to be made in the middle of a pandemic. Still, in the middle of a pandemic, there's a lot of money to be made by you. And it doesn't take a whole bunch of complicated setup and structure and all this kind of thing. It does take a very specific structure. It does take a very specific setup. There is a way to do it that's going to save you money. That's why I said less than $100, because most people will tell you it takes more than $100. But guess what? I've talked to enough people and I've used enough systems over the last 10 years to know that you can start with less than that. And when you make more money, then you can go back and spend more money on a website or spend more money on putting your logo on a t-shirt or spend more money on ads or whatever you want to spend money on, you could do that. But to start up, you only need the bare minimum. And there's a specific set of things in that bare minimum that's going to allow you to invest your $100 and start making extra $1,000, an extra $2,000, an extra $4,000 each month, or even more than that. Okay. So why can't this be you? Why can't it be you? It can. That's the thing. It can be you, right? The only difference between those examples and you is you. Are you willing to put in the work to determine what information you have that you can sell? Are you willing to take the time to set up your social media profiles as a business owner and be professional, right? Are you willing to set up your selling system? Like, are you willing to set up a website or set up a selling platform? I keep saying selling platform because you don't have to have a full website to sell. There's a lot other ways you can sell. It's a shortcut, not Cash App, but like an actual web page that you send people to, that they put in their card information. It's secure, it processes, and the money goes straight to your bank account. There's a way to do that without a website, a full website, right? It's not easy, but it's going to make you a lot of money if you do it right and stay consistent. I'm not going to lie and tell you that it's easy. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to make six figures overnight. You can make six figures in a year. I made six figures from full time. When I went full time, I made my first six figures in 18 months. So you can do it, but you do have to be consistent. It's not going to be easy, but it's worth it. Not easy, but it's worth it. And you can do it as a side hustle without spending 40 hours a week or 50 hours a week working. So here's my social proof, right? I used to make $5,000 a month from digital products. I sell digital products myself. I've doubled my income in the last 90 days. I've doubled my income, and now I make $10,000 plus a month. 90% of that income is from products. I do one-on-one coaching calls. I am a coach, right? But this is from 90% of this is from selling digital products, classes, ebooks, worksheet sets, workbooks, digital journals, all of that kind of stuff, right? This is my bank statement. I didn't even bother to show y'all my website. This is the back end of my website. This is today. It's December 30th today. I made $627 today by 2 o'clock. It's 2:45 right now. I just took this screenshot. I said, I'm just going to take today's screenshot. 12 payments. It was 12 customers. This is never right here. I don't know why. The system always does that. But 12 different payments. So 12 customers, I made $627. This is my checking account from August, my business checking account. This is the name of my business. You guys can look me up on social media. The Spoiled Writer is my business name. You guys can go over there and you'll see I drop gems all day. Okay. So August 1st to August 31st, 2020, $5,095. This was all passive. I was pregnant. I was 10 months pregnant. I had a baby on the 8th of August, and I brought in $5,000 from taking naps with my baby all day. That's me pregnant. That's what I do pregnant, not working. Then look, October, $10,458.15. Doubled. Income doubled. This is when I started getting back to work. I doubled. November, $11,742.44. So I was always good at it, right? I was always good at passive income. This $5,000 a month from digital products. My booking income goes to a different account. So this is all passive. I was always good at it, but the last 90 days, I've doubled it because I got more serious about this passive income because I realized I have a baby now. I don't want to work. I just want my money. I just want my website to make money, and I want my money to be made in my sleep. And that's what this is. This is $11,000 in my sleep. This is $10,000 in my sleep. This was $5,000 in my sleep, which is still good for the average person. For the average person, this $5,000, that's $60,000 a year. If you're going to a day job 9 to 5, this would have been $60,000 for me if I was laying around all year. This is $120,000 a year at 28 years old, $627 a day at 28 years old. Okay. And we're talking about selling knowledge. So I'm 28. If you're older than me, you have more knowledge than me. So you could be making way more than I can because you have more life knowledge than I do. Okay. You've experienced more things. You've experienced more things. All right, guys. So that's it, right? That's how you become an infopreneur. That's how you can start a business with low cost, with no inventory, no experience needed, no age requirement. Actually, this is one of those scenarios where if you're older, you could probably make more money than everybody else. Because like I said, you know more. I had not planned to teach a group coaching, but as I'm sitting here recording this class, I'm like, I should do a group coaching. So if you want to be in a group coaching experience, if you want to be in a group coaching experience for 4 weeks, I can walk you through all of the setup of your systems, determining what your class is going to be on or what your ebook is going to be on, determining what piece of knowledge you can sell, who that knowledge is for, like who's willing to buy that, setting up your social media profiles, setting up your website or selling platform, and getting that class up for sale. If you want me to walk you through that process, we can do all that in less than 30 days. I will walk you guys through that process for $99. I'll walk you through that whole process for $99. What I'm going to do is, if you watch this video and you want to go through that 30-day process with me, we can do that all together inside of a Facebook group. I will go live weekly. I'll go live 4 times. So there'll be 4 classes. This was only 30 minutes. These 4 classes I'm teaching are going to be like 60 minutes, 60 minutes. So twice the length of this. I can walk you through those pieces that you need to get everything set up so that you can say, hey, oh yeah, I sell that. And people can go click the link in your bio on social media and pay you right there. Okay, I can do that. Go back to the email that you received that had the link to this video in it. Go back to that email and reply to that email and say, set me up. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm trying to make this money in 2021. I don't want to depend on the government to send me $600. I want to make $600 an hour. I'm not waiting for the government to send me a $1,200 stimulus check. I want to make $1,200 a week. I want to make an extra $1,200 this month. I want to give myself a stimulus check every month next year. That's an extra $1,200 a month. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra $1,200 a month? So if you want to go through that 30-day process with me, I will take a small group of you guys through that 30-day process to get you all set up. $99. I'll give you my secrets and my basics. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please open your mind. Open your mind today. Open your mind after you watch this. Start experiencing that mindset shift. I'll see you guys later.